Good evening. Hey, what's up? This is Brian Kuzmar with Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals and conciergebullion.com in beautiful Lauderdale by the Sea. Got the live Lauderdale by the Sea cam up from the Windjammer Resort here, and 81 degrees, and the water looks kind of a bit inviting, doesn't it? A little bit windy, as you can tell, with the palm trees, and someone is out there flying a kite right now. Meanwhile, our West Coast brothers here in Florida are getting pretty much slammed with that Hurricane Ian right now. And man, I think we're going to see a lot more damage come out of that area than most of us expect, in the form of flooding. Because if you're familiar with that area where it's kind of hit landfall, it's the Port Charlotte area. It's a lot of coves, it's a lot of inlets, a lot of inland water. Where the this type of storm is going to just pile it up in there. I think we're going to see a lot of flooding damage there, and I really feel badly. I feel so fortunate that we've been able to escape this here in the South Florida region of Broward County, Dade, and Palm Beach County. No less, when it comes to hurricanes in South Florida and along the eastern seaboard and the Gulf Coast, it's not a matter of if you're going to get hit, it's a matter of when you're going to get hit. And again, knock on my wooden head, and all of us need to be thankful that are not in the path of the storm, that we haven't been hit yet here in South Florida. And again, you notice I say yet. But what else do we talk about? We talk about being prepared, like a good Boy Scout, like a good Girl Scout, being prepared there. And being prepared is about having all your resources that you would need in case a storm hit here. And I hope that the people on the West Coast are familiar with being prepared. I know the people that are long-term Floridians know about being prepared, but the maybe some of the new folks didn't, and those that did not will pay the price of not being so, especially if they stayed in their residences without proper water, proper food, and without a good generator. I mean, that's kind of what you live in South Florida. But you know what? There's so much of this on the news. I'm not going to talk about this. I'm just going to say that I feel very fortunate that this didn't hit as much harder than it could have here in South Florida. And you folks that live in other parts of the country and other parts of the world have your own natural disasters that you need to worry about as well. And you know all about being prepared. And that's a good discussion about what I'm going to talk about right here. John Wayne, I did not fact check this, but John Wayne supposedly said, according to quote Fancy, if you can't be thankful for what you have, be thankful for what you have escaped. And folks, if you live in the United States, you know, even in the worst parts, well, I can't say in the worst parts of the United States, but if you live in the United States, for the most part, you have to be very thankful that we've escaped a lot of bad things. We've escaped a lot of natural disasters that haven't happened. That, you know, again, I always say natural disasters, it's not about if it's going to happen, it's always about when it's going to happen. And that's not just hurricanes, that's tornadoes, that's earthquakes, that's economic disasters, political disasters. I mean, all things that we can see at any time in what they call black swan events. Well, anyways, don't want to digress here. I thought this was a great saying, or a great quote that tied in exactly with hurricanes, natural disasters, whether and man-made disasters, economic disasters, whatever you want to talk about. And speaking of economic disasters, well, gold not so bad today. 1660.54, 1892, and 1865.76. Of course, that I just don't want to talk about manipulated gold and silver prices and platinum prices anymore. I've talked about it so many times. And if this is the first time you're viewing my videos here, watch the last 300 of them. We always talk about where these markets are manipulated and everything like that. But bargain basement prices at 1660 gold, 1892 silver, and 1865.76 platinum. Platinum premiums on physical products not so bad. Gold premiums are up a little bit, and silver premiums are up quite a bit, as long as delays and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, the prices that we're seeing right here, 1660 gold, 1892 silver, and platinum at 1865, certainly don't indicate real world supply and demand factors of real precious metals. These prices solely indicate what the paper prices are on the criminal Crimex markets and the criminal LBMA markets. God, and I'm just so tired of talking about them crooked bastards and how they do this. But no less, as long as these crooks are going to keep these prices low like this, take advantage of buying as much physical as you can. Stay away from their bullshit paper products, in my opinion, even the ETFs. But let's take a look at other markets and see what's going on. I've been talking about this for quite some time, all in the green, including gold. Wherever the Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ has been, actually for the last 2 months, 3 months, I don't know. I've been talking about this quite a long time, and I kind of lose track of, time frames. But I've noticed that when these three markets are in the green, so has been gold, and where gold goes, silver will ultimately follow. What unnerves me is that these three markets are in the green right now, and I don't think they're done. I don't think the Dow is done from being at 29. I don't think the S&P is done at 37. I don't think the NASDAQ is done at 11,475, as it says right here. I think they're in for some lower prices. And if that is indeed true, the trend has been that, and the trend is not our friend with these three markets, because as these three markets have been going down, and gold has been going with them, and the same thing as they've been going up. They've been going up with gold's been going up with the price of these three markets as well. Just a trend. I'm not quite sure why or how it's happened. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And silver as well to some degree, because I've said it forever and ever. Where gold goes, silver will follow, as will platinum to some degree. But platinum seems to be a tell. Oh, God, I'm contradicting myself here. Well, anyways, if you watch these videos over a long period of time, you tend to contradict yourself on my videos too. Because there is no fundamentals in these markets. The fundamentals just don't make sense. When you try to figure out where gold, silver, and platinum is going on a fundamental basis, which means supply and demand, well, huge demand for real supply would indicate that prices would be higher, but that's anything but the truth right now. Again, we've seen an update today by about $1 in silver and what in gold, $30 in gold. But again, we've seen those ups too in these other three markets. Maybe it's just the big commercials and they're playing games again, more than likely, because the price discovery again is made in the COMEX markets, the LBMA markets, and those crooked casinos. Gosh, I'm just so tired of talking about it. I really am. But no less, some patterns that I've seen, everything in the green right here. Buy the dips, folks. That's the best thing I can say. Bond, stocks, Bitcoin, bullion soar after Brits save the world. And the narrative is that that central banks raising or lowering their rates really is a significant or meaningful to the price of gold and silver. And it's really not. What's meaningful is to that how the big commercial, how the big short positions, how the big collusive, manipulative positions in the Crimex markets use a falling dollar and a rising dollar when it comes to manipulating the gold and silver markets. But no less, man, where do you go from here? I mean, this is just like, I can jump from rabbit hole to rabbit hole. Bond, stocks, Bitcoin, bullion soar after the Brits save the world. But obviously the Brits have lowered interest rates again, and a lot of people, I think, are anticipating, because the Brits have done this, the British pound has done this, that the US dollar is going to probably do likewise. And I believe they are. I really believe they are at some point. But really, it's like Marsha, Powell, Powell. Everyone's waiting to see what Powell's doing. Powell is the I don't even know where I came up with that kind of analogy, but Powell is, everyone's waiting to see what he's going to do. And what does that have to do with the price of gold, silver, and platinum? Really nothing, again, folks, because there's big physical demand out there for all three of those metals. Meanwhile, those metals aren't soaring to where they're supposed to be. Why? because of huge paper positions that really manipulate the price discovery of gold, silver, and platinum. It's like a big broken circle record here that I keep talking about over and over and over. I'm a little bit frustrated by this. Sorry about that. Let me talk about something that I know for sure, and one thing that I do think that you should do is keep buying these dips, keep buying physical. And where can I help you with this? Well, the best deals out there in physical would be large bars. If you were a whale, you'd want to buy kilo bars. You would want to buy larger bars too as well, but kilo bars for sure if you're a whale. But if you're not a whale and you're not buying millions and millions of dollars worth of gold, I think the best deals out there are still 1 ounce gold bars, 1 ounce product. Gold bars are still the cheapest at spot plus $74 out there. Eagles are like spot plus 180 right now. Again, I think bars are the best deal. As far as silver goes, man, silver is just getting harder and harder to find. Take a look at the prices here. SD Bullion, I think SD Bullion probably has some of the best prices when it comes to silver products out there. APMEX is very competitive, and JM Bullion is very competitive, but SD seems to be the cheapest out there out of all of them. And I'm looking at their prices right here, man. The prices are just keep going up. $23 per ounce of premiums. Well, what is that premium right there when it comes to 100-ounce Valcombis? And again, by the way, I can beat their premiums on these products. But let's use their spot price of $19.11. They're at $4.40 on 100-ounce Valcombi silver bars, which tells me that the larger bars, 100-ounce bars and the kilos, they're getting expensive right now. Means that the sourcing of silver is getting much harder and harder to find right now, and that's why the premiums are going up. Not because dealers are just asking more; they don't want to sell at these lower prices. It's getting harder and harder to find this product at reasonable prices. So SD has 100-ounce bars at $4.39 over. We can beat that price for sure. Delayed deliveries on 100-ounce bars, I think they have the same problem right here with a lot of their products as well. Well, whoever's in that ambulance, I hope they're okay. And let's take a look at other products available out there. Not too much. 1 ounce, look, $25.60. So the price of the 1 ounce rounds is just crazy. That's the Sunshine Mint product, $19.11. Let's see where they are. $6.49. By the way, folks, I got a couple thousand of these left at Commercial Rare Coins. If you live in South Florida, come by. I can definitely beat that $6.49 price while I have them. But I mean, across the board, all the physical products on silver are SD Bullion. Again, does have the best prices out there right now as far as APMEX and JM and silver products. And I will beat their prices as well, SD Bullion prices, if you live in South Florida. But across the board, the stuff is getting harder and harder to find, and the premiums are going higher and higher and higher. And the silver prices, even at $19.11, don't indicate that. You'd think silver would be much higher based on how hard it is to find this product and how big the premiums are right now. And that just shows you how screwed up these markets. But meanwhile, buy the cheapest possible premiums that you can out there in silver and gold products. That's the best that I can tell you. And meanwhile, I'm going to call it quits right now. Think for yourself, question authority. That's the quote of the year, and I've been saying that for a long time. You know why I say that. I'm going to keep this video short. This is Brian Kuzmar with ConciergeBullion.com. If you live outside of the state of Florida and you want to buy more than 100 ounces of gold, more than 2,500 ounces of silver, give us a call at ConciergeBullion.com. Got the number down here. And, of course, you can find us at the ConciergeBullion.com. And as far as if you live in the state of Florida and near our store, we're open 10 to 4 Mondays through Fridays. That's our brick and mortar. We advertise to beat APMEX, SD Bullion, JM Bullion, and the big guys out there like Miles Franklin as well. Whether you're buying a small amount of silver, a large amount of silver, and the same thing with the price of gold, we'll beat their prices. Well, hey, folks, thanks for watching, and I really appreciate you liking and hitting that subscribe button as well. And that's it. Let's see what happens with the people on the west coast of Florida tomorrow. And again, thanks for watching. Good night.